Welcome to eVoiceAmerica's Overview Tutorial. How Senators, House Reps, and POTUS can use 3 eVoiceAmerica first ever data reports to ensure that members of Congress consistently vote their documented, public, issue-based constituent majorities. This table of contents is available for future reference. Why the eVoiceAmerica user experience is important to POTUS and every member of Congress. What is eVoiceAmerica.com? It's a new, free, one-stop, nonpartisan, take-action platform for Americans to easily email their senators, House Rep, POTUS, and so much more. How it works. All eVoiceAmerica users are provided a recurring list of their current constituent-validated elected reps based on their ZIP+4 postal code each time they generate a personal opinion. Users can search for and locate using keywords the issues of importance to them within EVA's current issues list. EVA users can send one opinion to multiple ERs simultaneously. Upon selection of an issue, they are taken to EVA's patented opinion submission screen where they e-vote yes or no in answer to the issue statement's question, write their personal opinions, not prefabricated messages, and select which ERs are to receive their opinions. All user-submitted data is stored in the EVA relational database to generate the 3 reports described below. This is a sample of the user's opinion submission template. Report 1. eVoiceAmerica's Daily Constituent Report. Based on EVA user-submitted opinions and e-votes, EVA then emails to each member of Congress or their designated staff member a free, daily, constituent-validated DCR. The content of the DCR is identical to the constituent-validated data provided within each ers.gov web form, including email addresses for Congressional replies. In addition to required web form information, EVA's DCR provides the following first-ever essential and critical information. Issue-based majority percentages. These are the daily e-vote percentages aggregated by issue from all opinions submitted by all constituents for each member of Congress. Electability percentages. These are the daily yes-no vote percentages which are aggregated and calculated into majority percentages for each ER based on constituents' yes or no vote to answer, "Would you re-elect me today?" Stay tuned to learn more. Critical context for EVA majority percentages for Report 2. EVA's majority percentages are not intended to be statistical polling. Rather, they represent an ever-increasing number of engaged Americans who form a majority subset of Americans that email their personal opinions to their ERs through eVoiceAmerica.com. eVoiceAmerica's majority percentages embody 2 core principles of democracy. They represent a plurality of interests and values across gender, party, ethnic, economic, racial, educational, and religious lines, and ipso facto, by their very nature, prevent a tyranny of the minority. eVoiceAmerica's Constituent-Based Power Punch to Congress. After users submit their opinions to their selected ERs, EVA isolates all e-votes from the user's identity, separates them into issues, and calculates all e-votes, which are now anonymous, into aggregated yes-no constituent-validated majority percentages on all issues, nationally and by individual House Rep and Senator. Note: to protect the privacy of EVA users, all percentage data is compiled without the user's personal information. The only exception is in the DCR, which includes the constituent's personal information as required by the ers.gov web form. Congressional Coalition Builder, and Electability Percentages Report equals 2 reports in one. This provides condensed percentages data, data management features, and search, sort, and filter functions by ER name, issue, party, district, and/or state. Report 2, Level 1. Congressional Coalition Builder Daily Report. America's constituent-validated leverage ensures presidential and congressional transparency, accountability, and consequences. This CCB report is available as an online daily subscription report. This report is separate from the daily constituent report for each ER. In addition, the CCB report includes first-ever percentages for all members of Congress on all issues in one report. Subscription availability for the CCB EP report. In addition to POTUS and Congress, this report will be available to all media outlets, news, commentators, political websites, television, newspapers. Also, universities and think tanks. Target availability date, May 1, 2017. This is a sample of the CCB report. CCB data is sortable by column and searchable by filters, ER name, issue keywords, date, party, and state or district. CCB report BeneFIRSTS to POTUS and Congress. Bipartisan coalition building in advance of floor votes. Because this daily online CCB report is simultaneously available to all members of Congress, all members can know what each other's constituent majorities are telling them daily on all issues. This new transparency data makes coalition building not only possible, but a powerful political necessity, a win-win for the American people and for Congress. Here's how. With these first-ever issue-based majority percentages, members with 51+% issue majorities can band together to persuade those with 50-50% to join those with their 51+% member coalition. Convince members who would vote against their constituent majority to vote their majority, not party agenda or self-interest. Report 2, Level 2, Electability Percentage Daily Report. America's constituent-validated leverage ensures presidential and congressional transparency, accountability, and consequences. This EP data is included in the online subscription CCB/EP report. How electability percentages are generated on-site by EVA users. Once a day, EVA users as validated constituents answer this question: would you re-elect me today? Through media publication of EVA's data, a majority no percentage puts ERs on public notice that they are underwater and could receive a pink slip at their next election, unless they decide to vote their constituent majorities. A majority yes percentage publicly acknowledges constituent support to keep up the good work. Value of EVA's Would You Re-elect Me Today? On-site feature to the American public and good faith ERs. EVA aggregates these votes into electability percentages, the first ever public electability gauge for ERs and the American public. EVA's user's template to vote yes or no to re-elect their reps today. Sample: EVA users on-site electability percentage results for the previous day. Sample content: Electability percentage report. EP is sortable by column and searchable by filters: ER name, party, state, or district, yes and no percentages. Thus, EVA's new online electability site feature creates majority percentages which embody James Madison's between elections ballot box democracy in real time at its best and most inclusive. 4 EP report BeneFIRSTS to POTUS and Congress. Build bipartisan coalitions in advance of floor votes. As you have already surmised, these electability percentages will permit all members of Congress and POTUS for the first time in history to know the constituent electability percentages for themselves and all of their colleagues. Using EVA's constituent-based electability data as new leverage, Congressional whips, leadership, members, and POTUS can now expand coalitions to include ERs who are 50-50% or are underwater with their constituents to pressure them to vote their constituent majorities and simultaneously improve their electability. With these first-ever electability percentages, members with 51% plus electability, now core coalition builders, can band together to persuade members who are 50-50% or have underwater electability percentages to join pro-constituent coalitions to broaden the coalition. Simultaneously, this will improve the standing of underwater ERs with their constituents. Report 3. EVA's Constituents Track Report. TRACK stands for Congressional, Transparency, Accountability, and Consequences. This online daily subscription track report shows EVA users their ER's constituent majorities on all issues submitted to their personal list of ERs and their ER's electability percentages for the previous day. This report closes the EVA Accountability and Transparency Circle by including constituents in this new data loop. Negative consequences to those who ignore their constituent majorities. Use of CCB EP data after a legislative vote. Good faith ERs and the honest media can target and expose those who voted against their constituent majorities in favor of their party or personal agendas. They will be exposed as rogue ERs for their constituent disdain, and thus they increase their risk of getting pink-slipped at their next election. Positive consequences of CCB EP data to members of Congress who implement their constituent majorities. This will increase the public's congressional approval numbers. ERs who vote in line with their constituent majorities can also tout their pro-constituent support and e-votes in their outreach efforts, newsletters, town halls, speeches, and campaign efforts. Elimination of gridlock, growth in public confidence and trust. Thus, congressional votes will be based on constituent majority percentages, not party agendas, personal interests, or ideology. Voting based on published constituent majority percentages restores Congress, in the eyes of the people, to its original constitutional stature because it accomplishes the people's business. The good guys who vote their constituent majorities have nothing to worry about. The other guys, well, they might need to do some serious introspection about their congressional futures now that they know that we know what they know. CCB EP report data can be used by Congress and POTUS to mobilize and empower constituents, advance their legislative goals, increase constituent goodwill, prevent gridlock, and prevent rogue ER votes. Like those prospects? Here's how they can happen for you. By inserting links in your online newsletters which correspond to EVA's on-site issues. For example, click here to easily submit your opinion to me on, say, lower taxes or more jobs. These links take your constituents to EVA's opinion submission screen, which corresponds to your issue of interest mentioned in your newsletter. This process increases the number of opinions submitted and the proportion of yes and no e-votes to strengthen majority percentages. EVA is open to issue suggestions from ERs. You can mobilize your constituents to go to eVoiceAmerica.com to email you their opinion on issues so you can learn their opinions and e-vote percentages. Acquire CCB-accessible, issue-based percentages to strengthen your ability to create coalitions in Congress to better accomplish their priorities. Possible venues: town halls, speeches, and campaign efforts. eVoiceAmerica.com is poised to grow exponentially to give Congress actionable data on behalf of its constituents. This growth can happen overnight when ERs decide to use EVA's site features and reports to accelerate the pace of legislation and advance the country's growth agenda using the above strategies. eVoice America is currently promoted by multiple prestigious media outlets. Thank you for your time and consideration. For contact information, please go to www.eVoiceAmerica.com.